This is a revised video on my camper, back porch, diner, whatever you want to call it, that I'm hauling down the road. I have had to rebuild my cots because of the way they were designed wasn't that good. They were too short to the floor. They needed to be raised up, which is what these pipes are about. But because they're raised up, they don't close down quite like they should. And it was kind of a danger of the panels that I was using for the extension to be hanging off the back of the truck. So everything sits on the top of the camper with this backboard, which is my extension panel, as the back end of it. It is normally held down with ratchet straps. It's just that it was accidentally taken off before I had a chance to do this video. So there is the cots and the boards. Then we have the little trailer that goes to the bicycle up front. You'll notice that it is held down by straps on both ends and the middle. Both ends keep it from trying to travel off of the camper. It can't go anywhere. It has gone 85 miles an hour and not moved. On the ratchets themselves, we're going to, I guess you could say, start the timing now, just to show you how fast this thing can be built. The leftover strapping is basically untied and dropped to the ground. You then take your ratchet and flip it all the way horizontal so that it unlocks itself. You push down on this, that hook comes undone, and you can throw all the straps off the truck. Just follow the same process. The straps that go towards the front, the back end, it hooks into the conduit that's actually right there. And this particular conduit is the main support for that. When you bring it to the front and pull everything down, it pulls it down absolutely securely. Then after you get the cots off, you take these boards off. Then this is what you have left of the camper setup. These are two what used to be air mattresses. They are in fact more or less waterproof, so they work great as a rain cover for the whole thing, whether it's on the ground or whether we have it built up. It also makes it darker so that you can see the big screen TV on the inside a whole lot better. They do in fact have nice corners on them that are molded in that allow them to fit on the camper on both sides of it, no problem. And this is the area where the two covers overlap each other. There is a point at which, if you want to do the extension by dropping down that back panel, then all you have to do once you get that extension made is to pull on that bottom tarp, and it'll pull all the way to the back end and fall down just like this front end did, and create a nice water resistant, waterproof top for the camper or the diner or whatever you're going to be using it for. Once you're ready to go up with it, you'll notice the two lines that indicate where the conduit is. You take your hook and you hook it onto the pipe. Don't worry about making a hole, you're not going to do it, and let it hang down. And then once you're ready for it to go up, you take the front panels. They have a piece of conduit like this right here that sits over that screw. Once you get both sides sitting over the screws, you lift it up, it sits down on the screw. That arrow on the left indicates where the ratchet strap is that holds the front end down. You have, when this front end, you're looking at the front panel now, this chain keeps this thing at a 90-degree angle when it's being pulled on, and you have one on each end and each side, because there's the other one right there. But you have one on each end and each side so the wind can't blow it off because it is supported by chains. This is hold on a second. This is the back wall of the camper, still laying on the camper. We haven't lifted it up yet. And these show the chains that are back here. It is not only held from going forward and backward, It's held from going side to side because you can't hardly see it, but there's the chain right there. That when we lift this up, that chain will come to full slack. This red line just indicates that that chain is even there. That way when you lift it up and set it down, the chains on the top will keep it from moving forward or backward or sideways. When you get ready to take it up, you have this pipe here which sits in a hole in the back. You have this pole right here which goes all the way through, and what it's for is there are panels that flip backward to go all the way into the back porch or the bedroom or whatever you're planning on doing back there. It takes all that and folds it up so that when you pick up this leg and move it forward, it brings everything in with it, so you don't have to worry about that stuff hanging down in the back when you're trying to lay this pole down. It brings it with it. Whenever we undo this stuff to make the back porch, the bedroom or whatever, this is a toggle bolt. We just simply undo this toggle and that guy comes off and you can continue flipping it out. This right here is just a circle to indicate, there we go. This is just a circle to indicate where the back wall is a separate wall. You can actually see it here. It is a separate wall. When you get it up, you'll see the chain that keeps it from swinging sideways. This is the chain that keeps it from swinging forward. Right there. This is what it looks like when it's actually up with the chains holding it in place. I need to replace the chains because it broke right at the very end, and I wasn't going to change out the video just for that. The circle you're seeing is the front door, and these are the two panels for the back windows for the bedroom or the media room or whatever you want it to be. When the panels get ready to go up on the sides, each side panel has a hanger like this right here, and although the hanger looks bent, it's not. It's meant to line up with a pole that comes right down the side of it. When you take the whole thing and put it up in place and lock it in, that's what it looks like. Slides over that, and you put one of, if you look up my pins and hinges, you'll see these guys. They just simply slide in place and lock in like a safety pin, and you have one for all four corners. There's the other corner showing you one. This trailer is designed as being able to be broken down all the way to a flatbed trailer. These slats here slide into these slots here and here so that these boards will stay in place. Because this is such a small area of a board to do that, we had to put in this pole. We have a hinge, a hanger here and a hanger down here that a pole goes from one to the other and pushes up against this board and makes this side panel stand straight up and down. So don't let it think that it's leaning in. It's only because I haven't got that pole there. The next thing up is, of course, putting in the door itself. There's the door. Now, like I said, if you have watched my pins and hinges video, you'll know that this door has two hinges. There's one right there that you can see. The other one is just a little bit out of the picture, but there it is right there. And it's simple. Line up the hinges and drop the pin into it. And you can see the pin right there with the tie wrap. Once you get the door set up on its hinges, then because of the way this side leans, you have to be able to latch the bottom to the top, and they don't go anywhere once they're latched together. And how to do it is right here. There's your locking latch, and this guy here, the door opens completely all the way open and closes all the way, just like it's supposed to. Once you do that, you have all this equipment here to get to on the inside. You put the step down, because there's the step right there. You put the step down, step inside, and move boxes according to the other videos that I have made to show how that stuff is arranged to turn it into a diner, which would have a chair, a middle table, the pantry up here, the kitchen on this other side, the bathroom. I mean, everything is there. It's just a matter of driving from spot A to spot B. And what we do is we bring a cooler with us. That the cooler is we converted it into a refrigerator. We put it in the truck. We put the pantry in the truck. When we get to the site, we take them, we put them inside here. We don't put them in until we get to the site. But this right here, I don't know if you timed that, but around about 15 minutes and presto, you've got this whole thing that is rain protected and plenty of windows, plenty of air. We have 3 fans. I mean, it's comfortable. But this is how we make our escape. And that gives you the details of how the pins, latches, and everything else go together to make this thing kind of neat.